Late this afternoon, Governor Greg Abbott urged Sheriff Hickman, now more than ever in Abbott's words, to renew this partnership with ICE. Hickman's heard that. He's heard from protesters and says he hopes to make this program better after he renews it, starting tomorrow. Sheriff Ron Hickman and ICE say 287G targets the worst of the worst. The biggest groups of 287G deportees were drunk drivers, drug possessors, and those convicted of assault, including family violence.
We're concerned just with the rate of deportations, right? And this is one cog in the deportation machine.
Opponents of the program are concerned about who gets caught in the 287G net. You're not willing to take their word that they're really finding the worst of the worst.
Exactly.
You want to know who it is?
Yes.
So would we, but the sheriff claims not to track inmates with ICE detainers, and ICE won't name names. How confident are you that this is the most effective way to do it?
Well, most effective is a qualifier I can't put on it. I mean, certainly, could you do a better job? Could the parameters be changed? Criteria lowered? You could argue all those things.
But even with the limitations, Hickman says he will keep working with 287G.
Come June 30th, we will have signed the agreement to renew it for another 3 years.
To him, this is a safety issue.
For those people who are concerned about people who have committed a crime in Texas, who are here illegally or undocumented, that they should be removed from the community.
Those who are urging the sheriff to stop the program here at the jail are keenly aware Hickman is up for re-election in November. His opponent, Democrat Ed Gonzalez, has vowed to end the program here.
287G is a local program with the federal government and Immigration Customs Enforcement, also commonly known as border control. It's a program where it gives money to our local sheriff's department, Harris County Sheriff's Office, and deputizes around 9 police officers now to act as border control. What that means is that people on the streets who are supposed to act as law enforcement are now border control officials, and that has made Harris County the deportation capital of the U.S. We deport about 9 people a day, that's 300 a month, and over the course of the last couple of years, when it was implemented in 2008, we've deported about 24,000 people. This includes undocumented people who are the most at risk, but it really includes anyone who looks like an immigrant. This incentivizes racial profiling. There is a campaign called Houston Beyond ICE, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that's going on in Harris County and that has been going on for the past year. It's run through United We Dream Houston, which is the largest immigrant rights group run by youth. What we have done is try to get people out to vote for the sheriff. We've gone to commissioner meetings and testified. We run parent groups so that they know their rights. They know that they don't have to open their doors to border control. They know that their children know what to do when their parents are deported. This is something that really affects all of us, and the more people know about it, the more we can stop using our taxpayer money to fund this voluntary program.
This is Houston Matters. I'm Craig Cohen. With the November election fast approaching and early voting around the corner, we have been devoting time in recent weeks to 2 key races in Harris County for sheriff and district attorney, and we have been offering you a chance to talk directly with the candidates vying for your vote. We continue today as we talk with Harris County Sheriff Ron Hickman. He was appointed to replace Adrian Garcia in 2015 and now is seeking election to the post, running as a Republican against Democrat Ed Gonzalez. Sheriff Hickman is the former constable of Precinct 4, the largest constabulary in the country. He has served in various roles in law enforcement since 1971. Sheriff Hickman, welcome back to Houston Matters.
Well, thank you, Craig, and thanks for having me.
And we welcome your questions for the candidate at talk@houstonmatters.org. We're on Twitter at...
All right. Mimi's on the UH campus, and she has an additional question related to this. Mimi, go ahead.
Hi, how are you, Sheriff Hickman? We have a question over here at U of H. We wanted to know that as society is moving forward towards criminal justice reform, immigration enforcement is moving in the opposite direction. So do you have any audited, and the audited part is very specific, any audited data to show a collaboration between ICE and Harris County Sheriff's Office that demonstrate the reduction of Houston's serious crime rate?
I don't know of any audit that makes a correlation between that kind of cooperation.
Would that be possible before we voted for you?
Maybe?
Yes, would that be possible before we voted? Because these are things as future social workers that we're looking at. Because immigration is a huge issue with this presidential election coming up, and then now with this. And although Sheriff Hickman has never officially been elected, he was interim, we want to know why we should actually go to the polls and vote for him. So this data is very important, and it's very important that it's also audited, so it doesn't have any internal validity threats.
There isn't any way to connect a direct correlation.
David, what are you doing?
Canvassing.
What does that mean?
It means telling people that they need to vote.
Good. How did you find out about these people?
From a program called United We Drink.
And are you using any type of list or anything that they gave you?
Yes, there's an app called Minivan that pretty much updates all the different registered voters in their different areas.
Wow, that's pretty good. Let's see what you're all about.
Do what I can.
Yes, sir. Future social worker, advocator, lobbyist, and a voter. No one's home, so we're gonna go to the next house that's on our list. Baby, what did they say? 3 knocks and that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's try again.
Our You Decide 2016 coverage. Let's turn now to the race for Harris County Sheriff.
This is a race between sitting Sheriff Republican Ron Hickman and Democrat Ed Gonzalez, who is a former Houston City Council member and Houston Police Department homicide detective. Here are the latest numbers. We have some new numbers here. 36% of the precincts reporting still showing the Democrat Ed Gonzalez out in front now, with 52% to Republican incumbent Ron Hickman's 48%. And Ed Gonzalez and his supporters have gathered in Northeast Houston tonight.
And that's where we find Fox 26's Donnelly Keith standing by live. Donnelly.
Yeah, Melinda, candidate for Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez is posing for pictures with people. Lots of very excited supporters here right now, as it appears that Ed Gonzalez is in the lead. Those early results are coming in, and they are showing Gonzalez in the lead. Ed, are you feeling pretty positive about the results that are coming in?
Yeah, it's very positive so far. I mean, obviously we want to be cautious just because we don't want to get too far ahead. There's still some more precincts reporting, but so far with the precincts that are, our lead still holding. So we're excited. We're enthused.
Election day has come and gone, and voters in Harris County were feeling blue. All county-wide races went Democrat on Tuesday by a wide margin, a complete sweep similar to the clean sweep we saw in 2008. Democrat Kim Ogg unseated Republican incumbent Devin Anderson for Harris County DA. And in this race, Ed Gonzalez beat Republican incumbent Ron Hickman for Harris County Sheriff.
Our efforts were heartfelt and sincere, and we demonstrated a passion for combating the injustices supported by this policy by getting involved with a grassroots organization. We also volunteered our time and efforts in neighborhoods in order to educate our community about 287G. However, because we are future social workers, it is second nature for us to feel like we could have done more. The University of Houston is the second most racially diverse university in the U.S., which presented a unique opportunity for us to table here on campus, but unfortunately our schedules would not allow for it. As part of the UH-GCSW, we could have set up a table in the satellite or any other heavily trafficked area and inform students about 287G and its potential ramifications in our county.